Hello, everyone. Welcome to my Ask Me Anything. What month are we in? October version. So I wanted to bring on a little lighthearted something here. Forgot who even got this for me. It might have been my mom, but isn't he so cute? He's like a little skeleton yogi. So I have that. I got my fall stuff all set up in the back. I always come on a little bit early just to test out sound and make sure that you can hear me. And I am just really looking forward to this. I got so many amazing questions. Here we go. Okay. I got so many amazing questions from you. So thank you for messaging me, writing in the comments. I have everything written out here, and we're going to get into that in a little bit. Hi, I see Linda joining. Linda, can you hear me? Just give me some hearts. Let me know that you can hear me, see me, all good, and then I will get started. So, I know that the world is going through a lot right now. So I feel like let's have fun today. Let's just like forget about everything that's happening. If you've got stress going on in your life, let's just like shake it out and be here with me. So hopefully you're not driving. If you're at work, hopefully you're still able to tune in and just see the transformation because things do happen and things shift in this, even in these Facebook Lives. So I think it was 3 months ago, I had somebody come up, Marlene Davenport came up, and she came on with me, and we had such an incredible session, like a quick 10-minute rapid transformation session. And she had like a massive breakthrough. So if you saw that, give me some hearts here too. Um, and we will get started shortly. Okay, so I'm going to keep an eye on the comments. This is literally your, like, ask me anything. Oh, kind of, how do I do my hair? What, was I nervous for the talk? Like, literally, whatever you want to ask me. I am here to be of service and I'm excited. So, my thought of what I wanted to do today, as far as obviously answering your questions, but I want to talk about this fully powered movement. And I am just so excited to bring this to the world because I know that there are so many healers in this group specifically who have, you guys are brilliant. You have a big vision, you want to help more people, and you're probably really good at like the clinical side of what you do. But when it comes to marketing and sales and presenting yourself and showing up, it's like, oh, can I just not do that? If anybody can resonate, a lot of my clients say that. But unfortunately, unless you want to delegate that marketing piece completely to someone else, then we have to show up and shine. So, what I want to go through today is providing you value through some teaching, through answering your questions. But I know that you have a heart of gold, that you are here to be of service. And that is what this fully powered movement is all about. I myself have been through burnout, trauma, and we carry that with us. So many of us are operating in survival mode on that 1% battery. If you watch my talk, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, go watch the talk. It is, I don't know, God channeled through me that day. There were things that I said that I'd never said before that I was like, where did that come from? So before I went on stage, I prayed to God. He delivered. So it's amazing like how these things get channeled through. This came to me actually during the summer. I just did a whole podcast episode on this. And I want to empower more healers to show up and shine, to use your voice, to use your gifts. And so often that trauma, these different low voltage patterns like people pleasing, perfectionism, overthinking, hovering and hesitation, these are all your nervous system's way of protecting you because some part of being visible, sharing about your offers, charging for what you're worth doesn't feel safe or feels icky. And so we have this desire. We're like, I want 10K months. I want to speak on stage. But then all of our subconscious programming pulls us back. We really went into this in the Expanding Your Brilliance retreat. And I want to share some of these wins because you might be thinking like, okay, how does this work translate to tangible outcomes? So I want to share some of the breakthroughs that happen. And keep in mind, like, I don't know anything about the people that come in. Like, some of them are brand new. I had somebody who I had connected with briefly. She came into the retreat and I went to go call on her. I love that it was an intimate retreat. It was so beautiful. So I was able to kind of call on her and she was in tears. She was like, I don't know what I want. I've been doing X for 25 years and now I don't know what to do. So I just said very gently, I was like, would you like to come up? Because I coach people up in front of the room. Guys, I cannot tell you how quickly we restored her power. We helped her move from that. She was very, the way energetically it showed up was she was just very overwhelmed. And I just said to her, I coached her through some things and I have a rapid transformation technique that I use. And literally within 5 minutes, she got clarity. I helped her design an offer that she can sell this week. So that is why I always pair the nervous system work with strategy, because I want you to think, this is another thing I was going to share with you today. What do framework, support, and accountability have in common? Frameworks, accountability, support. It all directs your energy. So if we're scattered and just throwing shit everywhere, like, oh, I'm going to go here and do this and da 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 da, our energy's not focused. So that's why we have to regulate the nervous system, have the inner healing work around aligning our subconscious and our conscious mind towards our desires. Otherwise, we're going to sabotage it. So we have that energetic piece, but then we have the strategy and the frameworks and the masculine offers that will skyrocket the confidence, clients, and cash flow. And that is how the skyrocketing effect happens, is because we're not just looking at energy, we're not just looking at strategy. We're combining those two things, drawing out your brilliance and helping you to not just invite. Somebody has a question about this. I'm going to dive into this today. It was a great one. Not just show up, but then lead people to clear offers. Hey, this is what I do. Here's my retreat. Hey, I have a book right now. These are my two offers, Fully Powered Feminine and my anthology, which, like, I just had a conversation with someone this morning and I'm like, you are perfect for this. I could cry. She is just such an amazing healer. And I'm like, you need to be part of this book. And she's going to sign up and do it. So, like, when you're clear on who your soul client is and you lead them to offers that are in alignment with where you can see where they are in their journey, whether it's a health journey, a business journey, whatever you do, that's when you start seeing results. So I want you to know that if you are feeling frustrated right now and you're not quite seeing results, I hope that today's talk doesn't just inspire you, but helps you see that there are often blind spots and blocks that are preventing us from having what we desire. And ChatGPT cannot be your business coach to identify that. And so that's why I'm here. I am here to be of service to help you with the support, the accountability, the frameworks. I can dial into people's energy very quickly and be like, okay, with compassion, hey, this is what's showing up. It's protecting you. What is it that your body needs to move forward? And that's what this woman did. Like, right away, she was like, I'm going to be a confidence coach and this is what I'm going to do. And she was like, message me the next day and she's like, I have so much clarity and I know what I'm going to do now. And I was like, yes, that's exactly it. All the C words happen when you're in your prefrontal cortex is online. You have clarity, you have compassion, completion, courage, all confidence. All of those things can only exist when you are in a regulated state. So that was one example. I'm just reading. I have notes here so that I don't miss anything. Okay, so another person came up and she was wanting to sell an 8-week program. And I'm sharing these stories because you can probably see bits and pieces of yourself in these stories. So she came up and she was like, I'm trying, like doing all these things. So I said, okay, pitch me your offer. And her body went into freeze and she was like, I don't know what to say. So I gave her a very simple framework of how she could quickly introduce herself, what she does, and then the juicy results that she gets people. And she started practicing it, and she got like hung up a little bit. And I was like, it's okay. You just keep practicing. You just keep going. And that is an example of not just going up there and being like, hi, this is what I do. And all right, yeah. And then like sitting back down at the networking meeting. It's like, no, this is who I am. This is who I help, right? We're sharpening that dart and getting very clear on who we're serving. And what's the invitation? What should people do? Should they follow you? Should they connect with you? I stood up last week at a networking meeting and Claudia was there. Claudia was like, I need to come to this retreat. She's here with me right now. And that is because she felt a resonance in her soul that was like, I need to be here. And I love that because those are the women that I love working with. Like, you're watching this video and you don't know why. Your logical mind is like, oh, but I'm scared. But then another part's like, oh, but I want to work with Christina. And that's why you're here. That's why you're watching the video. So the same goes for you. When you show up confidently and you have clear pathways for people to work with you, skyrocket. Confidence, clients, cash flow. So that's what we're up to today. Who's excited? Cool. All right. So the fully powered, oh my gosh, I could talk about this for days. Fully powered framework is what I just talked about. So you're combining that nervous system work with practical strategy to call in soul clients, to expand your brilliance beyond what you ever thought possible. And the nervous system work helps you to hold more without getting overwhelmed, without collapsing. So, as an example, if you go to speak and you're terrified of public speaking, when you go up there, it's going to be like, right? Because your nervous system can't hold that level of visibility yet. So, the nervous system work helps you to stay regulated in stressful environments so that you can stand up at a networking meeting, doing a Facebook Live without having all of your protective parts get in the way. So, perfectionism or people pleasing and sabotaging and not sharing your offer. These are all the ways that these blocks show up. And I can spot them right away if I look at someone's social media or if I kind of hear them talk and I hear certain things that they're saying. I'm like, okay, this is what we're working with. And I bring it to the light with love and compassion and we transmute it within like 5 minutes. And it's like a relief. And it's like an expansion and an opening because so many of us are like this scarcity, tension. Oh my God, I can't. So when we relax the nervous system and we show your body it's actually safe to move forward, that's when you start to get momentum. So I wanted to share that too. So not only do these frameworks help you focus your energy, they help stretch you into this new capacity so that you can hold higher levels of wealth and clients. And so I want to hear from you here. What is your goal? What is your big, juicy goal that you just haven't said out loud yet? And you're like, I want 6 clients. I want $10,000 months. I want, I don't know, pink Cadillac. I know that's one of Claudia's. Sorry, I love your energy. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. So tell me, I think the statistic is less than like 3% of people write down their goals. So I see 5 people watching, but 1 person commenting. So don't be all shy there. Let me know in the comments because your words create your reality. So let's just get started. I know it's a little uncomfortable. We don't want to talk about money or our goals or whatever. Put it out there. This is a private group. You're okay. No one cares. No one's going to be like, oh, look what she said. No one cares. Let's go. So, all right. And then I will get to these questions. But I did just want to share too. I have been getting so many messages from you guys asking about these different offers. So I did just want to quickly share. I have 2 offers open right now. The one is my Becoming Fully Powered book. So I have gotten a lot of questions around that. There's actually a whole separate Q&A that I did in this Facebook group about that. Like people are asking about the process and what it looks like. Yes, there is an investment. It's kind of almost like a coaching container where we meet for 3 sessions to bring out your brilliance because I find that so many women downplay or disown everything that they've done. This came up too at the retreat. And so I help you to really tell the story that is going to have, when people read that chapter, they're going to want to connect with you. And that's how you get clients. That's how you get paid speaking opportunities, really knowing how to leverage being a best-selling author. Like I teach you all of that. So it's not just about the thing of becoming a best-selling author, but it's the transformation along the way. And what's really cool, I don't know if Tara's watching. Tara Davis, she and Christine Furman were on each other's podcast. So that was really cool to see. And so even months later, people are staying connected. They're collaborating with each other. It's such a beautiful thing, too, to have everyone come together and to sign books together, to be there in the room and have that experience of like, you just went through um, this whole experience of like writing a chapter in a book, being a best-selling author, and then you get to come together. So that is open for a limited time. We've got a bunch of authors already. I cap it at a certain number, so that is still available. I'm going to actually post the link to sign up for that or to apply for that in the comments below. And then the other thing that I'm really excited about is my Fully Powered Feminine program. So that is a 6-month journey to help you walk in your worth, to receive all of your desires with ease. And it's a combination of what I just talked about. It's the nervous system work, it's the business strategy. You get access to me to ask me questions. We're going to have Zoom calls where we're going to really dial into what I just talked about, the framework, support, strategy that is in alignment for your soul to skyrocket and get some results. Because if our energy is scattered or we're not showing up fully powered, people can't pay us. So if you were to say like, yeah, this is my offer and this is what I have, right? It's a much different energy. Like, hey, I'm really excited because this Fully Powered Feminine program is going to help you skyrocket your results. And imagine what your life could look like if you no longer had the stress of like, well, where is my money coming from every month? And then your kids have to absorb that. And then they're learning that. And what I want to teach my daughter is like, I'm abundant and I see opportunities everywhere, and I'm grateful for all of the people in my world and the clients that are paying me and the way that I'm showing up and doing the damn thing and making my own fucking stage. Like, imagine if you showed up fully powered in your life, in your business, in your marriage. Like, wow, the results we could create. So those are the two offers I have. If you are interested, drop into my DMs. Just be like, hey, I'm interested in this or this or this, the anthology or the feminine program. Because I know that, God can't use us if we are burnt out. So I'm going to teach you a new way of being that you don't have to hustle. You don't have to constantly have anxiety and worry about how you're going to be supported. So it's a totally new way of operating where you are going to be receiving in the feminine, ooey gooey essence of who you are and who God made you to be. So, okay. I'm going to be looking Pink Cadillac. Yes. I love it. See, and Claudia, so this is the reason why you're going to get results is because you're engaging, you're interactive, you're clear. That's why I'm telling you, like, I know I can help you to get to these results because you are willing and open to do the work. So, A plus. Okay. So again, if you have questions, drop them in the comments, and I don't know why sometimes it doesn't show on my phone. So that's why you'll see me looking over here at my computer. Okay, so number one, how do I shift from being seen as sweet and friendly to also being recognized as a strong, impactful leader? So in the Expanding Your Brilliance retreat, we did a fun exercise where I got masks for everybody, and they were physical masks that they had to write all of these patterns, like people pleasing and all of these masks that we wear whenever we go to show up somewhere. And so that's what I'm feeling here is sweet and friendly is almost a mask that's protecting you in some way that gets people to like you, gets acceptance. It's always getting us something. And so that's why it feels like a threat to our body if we all of a sudden drop that, because it's like, okay, well then who am I without that? And for this person specifically, being a strong, impactful leader is what she aspires to be. So, what would you have to let go of? The mask, the people pleasing, the need to show up perfectly, or whatever is blocking you. What has it been getting you? Because we do things to fulfill a need. We do it because it's getting us something. It's getting us validation. It's getting us acceptance. And again, we're giving our power away to other people to get our needs met. I'm going to say that again. We're giving our power away to other people to get our needs met. And so we have to attune with this part of us that's like, I'm terrified if someone doesn't see me as sweet and friendly. So that is the deeper nervous system work, paired with obviously the practical things. Like, how would a strong, impactful leader show up? Would you be confident? Would you clearly share your offers? Would you be more visible on Facebook? You know that because it's your own soul's essence. And you could probably tap into, all right, if I were to show up as my true self, as the fully powered feminine leader I really am, what would be possible? Anything. So that is my invitation to you to think about, what masks are you wearing? We all do this. And how can you start to show up more authentically in a way that positions you as this impactful leader? So that could be, as an example, maybe you're a little bit more bold in your posts. So instead of like that good girl energy of like, well, I need to say everything very nicely and be nice to everyone, maybe you lean in a little bit and you be of service to people and you say, hey, this is something that I see a lot in my business. And you call something out in a loving way and you say, and it's not working. And here's how I help people. So again, this all is taking your energy and then putting it into framework. So whether that is magnetic messaging, selling and sales conversations, an elevator pitch at a networking meeting, this is all how these things go hand in hand to get results. Because everything has to happen. We have to lay the energetic foundation first before things become physical. So as an example, if we don't have boundaries, we don't have standards for what we want, as far as our soul clients, we're going to take anybody. It's like, oh, fuck, like I'll take anybody. And so we want to be focused on, this is the client I want, because when you put that message out, when you have these sales conversations, you're not going to compromise on those boundaries. So these are the masculine structures I'm talking about. Because if you think about it, if you have like a cup and the cup is the masculine structure and the water that you're pouring into it is the feminine essence, if you have sloppy boundaries or you don't have any and you're working all hours of the night, you're going to be burnt out, right? Because there's no foundation to hold the money, to hold the clients. I could go on and on. Great question. Thank you for asking this. Okay. How do I build a strong leadership brand that inspires people to follow me? So this kind of goes with the question before, but I would think about, rather than having people follow you, how can you radiate this fully powered feminine essence so that the right people are drawn to you? So it's not that we're looking out there and being like, oh, like, will you be my client? Will you be my client? It's like, no, when you're fully powered, you don't need the applause. You don't need the permission to move because you're so filled up within yourself. I will say, this is where, again, like, take or leave what works here, but I believe that if we are not connected to some source, whether that for you is God, universe, spirit, something, and we're trying to just do it all ourselves, we will be depleted. So there is like our part and our job, and then there's surrendering to God, the universe, letting him orchestrate everything. And I think when we put so much pressure on ourselves that we have to do it all, that's when we get overwhelmed and burnt out. So I would think about, like, who do you want to be? What things do you find interesting? Share what you love. That's what I do every day. I'm like, I had a cool interaction in the doctor's office. Boom, there's a post. And it literally takes me like 20 minutes maybe to do. But it's those intentional actions. I'm not like feeling like I need to post a certain number a day, but like really having intention and having some kind of like call to action, or hey, and here's how you work with me, or here's what, maybe it's just a post about like the doctor's office and the doctor noticed my calming energy. So I would say, because I know there's another question, how can I create content that stands out and attracts the right audience? These three questions all go together. So it's all actually asked by the same person. So it comes from you. What do you find interesting? What do you want to share? And then you are going to attract the right people. As an example, my husband plays golf. I could give a shit less about golf. I don't care. I'm not going to be in like a golf league or go to a Facebook group where they're talking about golf. The same thing with you. Like if someone's interested in whatever it is that you do, healing, skincare, transformation, business, like share about that, because your content can attract the right people and it's going to repel certain people. And like that's where kind of the line I'm at right now, because some people are probably like, fuck you, Christina, I don't like that you have boundaries and you're doing all these things. And that's okay, because I want my content to filter out the misaligned clients so that by the time they drop into my DMs, it's a yes. I don't want to serve people that I have to convince and chase and beg and no, that's going to drain my energy. Can I get an amen on that one? And I know you guys aren't here for this either. A plus. Yes, you got an A plus. Yes. Like this is how we build a business that is easeful and pleasurable and where we don't get burnt out. I know there was another question here, so I'm going to go to the next one. How do you build your business with the fast pace of technology, growing faster than we can imagine without burnout? So this is where, and this is going to help everybody. All of these questions apply to everybody. This is what I would ask you. How are you focusing your energy? And what are the needle mover action steps that you're doing in your business every week? The things that you love doing that lead to results, lead to clients. And if you're like, I don't know, here's your invitation. What are the things that are going to lead to clients? So as an example, I'm being of service here. If someone is like, I've been watching you, I love following you, I'm giving clear invitations to work with me in this video. So this is a high return on energy task, because I know whenever I show up, clients drop in. And the people that are watching this that are meant to be in my world, you guys feel it and you're still on 20 minutes later. So, or watching the replay. So I would think about, what are your gifts? What do you love to do? So if you don't like being on video, as an example, how else can you reach people? Can you do podcasts? Can you do newsletters? Like sharing some type of value and then making an invitation. So you have to find, or like I know Claudia, and I don't know if Tanya's on too, but like they do networking. Do you like connecting in person? That could be a high return on energy task if you do follow the formula, right? Like you're not just going to show up and be like, hey, here I am. No, hi, I'm Dr. Tanya, and this is how I help people. And I have a really exciting offer coming up. I have 2 spots for my blah, blah, blah session. Like, give people a practical way to pay you. If you're posting, but there's never a next step, they're going to be like, nice, okay, scroll. And we don't want that. We want the power to come through for people to stop scrolling and be like, wow, yeah, I need that. Or I know someone who needs that, and I'm going to send them this message. And that's how you create this compound effect of all of these little seeds that you're planting eventually sprouting. So it's not just doing the action, it's also being strategic about the next step. What is the next step? So maybe for you, you write this out. What are the things that you're doing every week or every month? Is it networking? Is it having sales conversations? Is it doing Facebook Lives? And ask yourself, am I giving people a way to pay me? This is kind of the next step. Do my links work? Because I know a lot of times, like I had somebody about a month ago, and I went to go, because like I'll test, people's links, and if it's broken, I'm like, hey, go fix that. And her link was broken. So like simple things like that on your website. Is there an apply to work with me button? Are there clear channels for people to pay you? Because money needs a channel. Money's not just going to Santa Claus drop in your lap. Come down the chimney. It needs a direction. Money loves clarity. Money loves direction. So it needs a channel, a container, an offer, a program to funnel into. And if we don't have that, if we don't even have an offer, if no one knows the offer, how can they pay you? These are the masculine structures. Okay. Okay. Growing reach without spending a ton on SEO, getting burnt out by social media. Okay. So this is for me, when I hear this question, it's like you don't have to spend money on like Facebook ads or anything like that. You can organically grow your reach and save thousands of dollars, but do it intentionally. So you don't need to post a ton, but again, having some kind of pathway for people. So if you're not seeing the traction, I want you to ask yourself a couple questions. Are you posting consistently, even if it's like 3 times a week in a Facebook group somewhere that people are, that it's a warm audience, that they're clearly interested, they want to work with you, they've expressed wanting to work with you. Are you posting consistently? And for you, it could be whatever, twice a week, 3 times a week, doesn't matter. Then what feels most pleasure led for you to share about? Like if you were to, it's for everybody, if you were to think about your client and the part of your business that you love, and it's like, oh my God, I get to do this every day. Like literally, guys, I wake up on a Monday morning and I'm like, oh my God, I'm excited, genuinely excited. A lot of people are like, oh, I have to go to my 9 to 5 job and like what excites you? For me, it's a couple things. It's knowing that I am being the stand for women, for this fully powered movement, for changing the way that we do business in a more pleasure-led, easeful way. Breaking generational trauma bonds in my family and having my daughter grow up seeing a mother that's pursuing her biggest dreams, even if I fail, even if I fall flat on my face. Because you pivot. I just did a whole podcast episode on this, turning shit to gold. Anything that you fail at, just pivot and repackage it and add some cherries on top and it'll be fine. So I think it's like having that flexible mindset that like you can turn anything to gold. There is, there might be some protective parts I'm feeling for this person around um being seen and sharing your message and then leading people to a concrete offer. So like it doesn't have to be hard, but if you don't have a structure, then it's going to be like I'm posting and no one's doing anything. Like I used to think that back in the beginning when I first started my business 13 years ago. I was like, oh, like I'll just make like brochures and I'll post online, but like I was never really leading people into a clear magnetic offer. So this is how I help you to skyrocket your confidence, clients, and cash flow is by combining, not comparing, combining the energy work, aligning your nervous system, your energy, the 95% of your subconscious that pulls you back to old patterns of hiding, of people pleasing, perfectionism, shame, whatever's holding you back, so that you can be confident when you show up. And then we pair that with magnetic offers, masculine structures, everything that I talked about. Because then you have the capacity, the structure to be able to hold higher levels of clients. So that's why you see $17,000 months, people going from literally no business at all to fully booked out. You see people getting commanding 4-figure keynotes. Like these are all recent client results. Somebody came to my retreat and tripled her business. Like it's because those people are taking action and they're investing in themselves and they're moving into the next step. So for you, where are you holding yourself back? Where are you second guessing yourself and doubting your intuition when you know what your next step is? So that is my invitation. Okay, let me actually go back because I just kept going. I just kept going. Okay, amen. Okay, I don't see any more questions. So if you have, please let me know now that I was on a a rant for 30 minutes. Great questions, by the way. Really solid questions. Okay, anything else about speaking, writing, marketing, sales, branding? And if you're watching the replay, I will come back and answer your question. The easiest thing that I'm going to break down for you is to share what you know and make an offer. That is really the key to all of this. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Love waking up to a new day because I love what I do. Yeah. What resonated most for you here? I'm curious. What was like a golden nugget? Just like a random funny thing. So I did my practice talk with like that one of those microphones that goes over your ears, and this was such a bad idea because it just kept clinking and it totally got messed up. So good thing I did a dress rehearsal because it was a nightmare. I was like, yeah, there was an echo on the video, and then these stupid earrings. I'm like, oh, but they are really cute, guys, don't you think? Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead, Tanya. Video shuts off. That's so annoying. Why does it do that? Okay, any other questions that you have? As you guys look at my little cute earrings, this is from Olive and Piper, if that's a question. I go to the gym and I wear these crazy earrings, and people are like, "Oh my God, I love them." Okay, I see a comment. I see something coming through. So I'm gonna wait. Pretty earrings, thank you. um, I see somebody typing, so I just want to make sure I am of service. How is it freaking October, by the way? How are we here already? How are we right here? My little, I think my mom gave me that. I don't remember, but okay. I'm learning patience here. So thank you guys for waiting. Like it's almost there. I see her typing. Yes, they are. Hi, Biat. Oh my God, Biat did a speaker boot camp with me 7 years ago. And he saw me at the beginning. So I want to hear. He saw me like a while ago. Okay, so what if sharing? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. So I want to just hold space for you here. What if sharing what I'm actually excited about will be unsafe? So what way will it feel unsafe? Yeah, yeah. I want to tell you a quick story that I think is gonna really help. And I'm getting chills, whoo, all down my legs. Okay, 2 years ago, I went to it was a speaker, it was one of my national speaker association meetings. And I remember this man, his name's Anton Gunn, and he like amazing speaker. And at that point, I was still very insecure about talking about energy because I was like, people are going to think I'm nuts. And I asked him, he opened it up the floor for questions. And I was like, my voice was like trembling. And I was like, but like, what if what I talk about is like weird or different or whatever? And he just, I forgot what he said, but it just like, I cried. I had such a moment of relief. And I think it was something around like the people that are going to understand, they will. And we have this fear of like being misunderstood or labeled whatever, labeled crazy, or like I had somebody say I was invoking demonic spirits with my work. I'm like, that makes no sense. So I get it. Like it's a real fear that if we talk about some of these different things that we do, it feels unsafe to our nervous system. So this is a part that doesn't feel safe to be seen. And so we want to just honor this part and hold space for it. And I'm curious, like, what part of you feels unsafe about sharing this? Like, is it that you'll be misunderstood, judged, criticized? Yeah. And this person is so brilliant, by the way. I'm not going to say who it is, but thank you for your time. Yeah, absolutely. If you have to pop off, that's totally fine too. She's typing. What about it feels unsafe? And I get it. Not everybody is meant to get what we do. And sometimes that can feel very isolating. It can feel very lonely. I know I felt this way this summer. I was like, God, where are you leading me? I was like in a fog trying to find my way. And then eventually the light was there. And I was like, oh, okay, here's the path. So it can be very dysregulating to kind of sometimes walk down this path that God has carved for us without a clear map or directions. And so that's why having community, having a coach, having these conversations, and getting attunement can soften some of those protective parts and allow you to step forward with confidence. So being in these conversations in this community, look at look at the power of this. And this is only me channeling through a Facebook group. Like imagine if we were on Zoom together and you could soften this protective part and then have the courage and confidence to boldly move forward and start making some money. Because I'm sure whatever you offer, yeah. I gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna relate this to what if you could share in a private Facebook group and name the Facebook group something that is an iteration of the main result that those people get. So as an example, like expanding your brilliance. So it's a private community. And you can then draw in people who resonate with your message. So if you go to a networking meeting, you're like, "Hey, here's my business card, join my Facebook group." You're creating a channel for people to come in and for people to be like, "Oh, this is what she does." Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Um, so physically, she feels unsafe. So I would create spaces that do feel like home for you, that do feel very safe and nurturing, where you are in community with others who believe the same truth. So let me know how that resonates for you. Like just creating a little bit of privacy, so that you don't have to share publicly on a Facebook page. So like sometimes I will share like when my grandma died. I didn't share that publicly. You guys all saw that because I have family that follow me and I don't want them to see what I said, even though they would probably agree with it. Yeah. So create a digital space. So you can do that online and just, I mean, there's so many different ways. You can do it with, I mean, you could also do it with a physical space too and like have, and keep it simple. Like just be open. What I'm hearing for you is like, ask God, ask the universe, like, where is a space where I can gather with like minded people? So, as an example, it could be like using the Cranberry Municipal Building. It could be like a space drops in and some you see a post on Facebook. Like, let God orchestrate that for you. I love it. Yeah. So just get creative with like some of these different ways that you can create spaces and community where you can share and get in front of people who resonate with the message and the medicine that you're here to bring, because the person who's speaking is brilliant and like yeah. So yes, you are there. Create like a little online community too. I think that would be cool. and and make it like I said, energy off the charts. Fiat, thank you. Yeah, he so quick story, this is funny. Biat is a friend, like I said, from years ago. And guys, this is how far I've come. I stood up to speak. It was maybe like 10 of us in the room. I couldn't even say my name. I was like, hi, I'm Christina. Like I was Tarantola at the time, like another Italian name. And I couldn't even speak. Like I was just my nervous system was so not okay with being seen. So I share this with you to let you know that like this work does help. And when you do this inner work, You are going to impact so many people just by your energy, by your presence, just like that post I shared yesterday. Like your presence is the prescription. Your energy is the medicine for people. And so I don't want you to worry about how you look or, it's really about, like, to me, it's like your soul's essence and how that's expressed through your voice. Like, people were saying, like, oh, you look so thin on stage. I'm like, is that what you fucking saw? Like, how about the words I said? Like, I don't even care. I don't care. Yes, I had to look professional, but like, who cares? It's about your heart. It's about your passion and your energy, and that speaks volumes. So I hope that you see beyond that, beyond the physical of like what I'm wearing and the makeup and the hair. Like, who gives a shit? It's about the message. Yes, it's like the cherry on top, but if that is blocking you, let me tell you that it is about your heart, at least for me. Like, I feel people's energy. Like the doctor yesterday, your energy ripples out into everyone you meet, and that magnetism is going to draw in the right people, the resources. And when you open and you feel safe to share, that's when God is going to pour in for you. So please, no, you do not have to be perfect. You don't have to show up a certain way. You don't have to be me. That's for damn sure. Like, I want you to be you. And that's what this is all about, is you expressing your gifts, receiving abundantly for them. So I love this. Ha ha ha. Yes, laugh at me. Go ahead. I'll laugh at myself. Awesome. Okay, any other questions? Um, yeah. Thank you, Beat. Yeah, it's God. It's not me, it's God. I get the glory is to God. Just I did the work, and I'm so grateful for the gifts that he's given me. So you all have the same. And so often it's just like we have to feel safe enough and release these different parts of us that are like trying to keep us safe. The scarcity, whatever that is, so that you can truly shine through, because God wants you to show up and shine. He wants you to be happy and to give to your family and to serve. And you can't do that if you're burnt out. So I love you all. Thank you for being here. I truly appreciate your time. If there, I know sometimes it's a lot in the moment. So if there's something that comes up that you're like, oh, I want to ask this question, drop it in the comments and I will come back. Um, but yeah, I look forward to staying connected with you, and I hope you have a beautiful Thursday. All right, bye.